Welcome to Checked Out. Today we've got an interview with Michele, the director of the library. I'm going to eat some frozen food, and I'm going to talk about a movie. This time it's Marvel's Avengers Endgame. Coming to you right now after this short break. So I'm here today with... What's your name?
Bob Eubanks.
Nice to meet you, Bob. And what is your position here?
I'm the library director. I'm Michele Capizella, the library director.
And now, what exactly does a director do?
Thank you very much for asking.
You're welcome.
I'm really in charge of, for this size library, I'm in charge of like all things compliance.
Right.
I make sure that all the reports that need to be filed are filed in a prompt manner.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of all the personnel. I'm in charge of policy. I'm overseen by the Board of Trustees, so it's not just me making all these decisions. They do have some oversight.
And then the FBI is sort of the next rank above that,
yeah,
right?
New York State oversees them ultimately. So yeah, we have a lot of oversight, a lot of transparency.
Not to mess with them then.
Yeah, don't do that.
Do you have any interesting projects coming up that we should know about, or that people at home might want to know about?
We do. We got a grant from Senator Peter Harcum, and we are going to redo our community room, the sound system and the video system in our community room. So we're getting some quotes right now, and we're just trying to make it. Right now, it's original to the building, so our projector is a little bit older, the sound system is older, so what we're trying to do is just to make it a little bit easier. We have a lot of concerts and things, so we want to have the sound system, a really good sound system. We also want a good video system, so when we show movies, it's going to be, good video, and when people come in and they use the equipment to do like a PowerPoint presentation, that it's very clear, so it's easier for people to see. So we are very grateful to him for giving us that money, and it's going to be coming up probably in the next couple of months.
That's very exciting. As someone with eyes and ears, I'm looking forward to it.
Amazing.
So what does a director do for fun nowadays in the year 2019?
Well, me personally, I can't speak for all directors worldwide, but I like to watch movies. I love to cook. I love to bake. And, just spending time with my husband, going on traveling is a big part of it.
Traveling's great. Now, you said you like movies. Do you have your favorite director?
Do I have my favorite director? I like so many movies, I can't say that there's a favorite. They're really different. I mean, I like all different kinds of movies, so I can't say I have a favorite director or anything. I just like movies in general.
Do you have like a favorite genre?
I like horror.
Me too.
Horror is my favorite genre.
What's sort of your favorite like era of horror? Do you like the 80s slashers, or sort of like the 70s sort of greasy, gritty stuff?
Probably more 80s, because that's when I grew up.
Yeah.
That was my high school years were in the 80s, so I would say 80s
so
slashers.
Like, what kind of, like Jason?
Well, Halloween.
Halloween
my favorite, I like, I will say my favorite movie is Hellraiser.
Hellraiser is great. I actually have
that was a little earlier, but...
I actually have a Hellraiser Rubik's Cube. I'm too afraid to use it, though.
I'm getting a lunchbox. This toy company did a lunchbox of the Lament configuration, and actually that's being sent to me in August.
That's really cool.
So, I know.
So I think you should bring your lunch in that every day.
Well, I will try.
So apart from, our wide variety of horror movies, what else do you like about Mahopac Library specifically?
I love it here. I have a great staff. They keep things working very smoothly. I have a great board of trustees. They are they take their jobs very seriously. They're very supportive. They are very devoted to library services. They realize the importance of libraries. And then the community is very supportive, and I appreciate that. I think the community in general understands the importance of library services, and they're just very supportive in general, and it's great to work in a community like that.
All right, so now we have, you've picked out some stuff we're going to talk about, so let's cut to that right now. All right, so what's the first thing we got over here? Let's take a look.
Well, I just went and tried to pick out some of my favorite books, and the first book that I have that I love and I think everybody should read is called The Lies of Locke Lamora. by Scott Lynch. It's part of a trilogy. It's the Gentleman Bastard series, and it's kind of a fantasy mystery book combo. Right. It is about a young man named Locke Lamora, and he gets he's an orphan, right. And he does something really bad when he's little, and he gets kind of sold off to a gentleman named Father Chains, who's kind of like a Fagin from Oliver. Right. He runs this group of kids who are it's more like mystery-ish. Right. So he runs this group of kids who are they're not just pickpockets. They are trained in like different languages. They're trained in like manners. They're trained in what to wear. It's like very involved. So they can go and they can steal money, but in very involved ways. So it's kind of Locke Lamora from him as a young man, and then as he grows up, all these plots to get money. Right. But it's very involved. It's very intriguing. It's the way the author keeps track of the different plots is really amazing. It's really a great book, and I don't think there's not a lot of these in the system because I don't think people read it, and I really want people to read it. So it's The Lies of Locke Lamora. It's amazing.
All right, we're in this completely different part of the library, and what else do we got?
Okay, so my second favorite book is called Heart-Shaped Box.
The Nirvana story.
It's by Joe Hill. Joe Hill is Stephen King's son, and you would see, if you read Stephen King, you would kind of notice some similarities between them. Heart-Shaped Box is basically about he's a rock and roller. He's kind of like an Ozzy Osbourne. He is kind of on his own now. The band's not as big as it used to be. He collects occult items. So Jude Coyne is his name. Collects occult items, and one day his assistant comes to him and he says, I have this, you can buy a ghost. Someone's selling their father-in-law's ghost on like eBay. And he's intrigued and he says, buy it. So he gets this big box with this suit in it that has a ghost, and it really does have a ghost. And so after a while, so the story is how the ghost comes, and then he wants to get rid of the ghost. So once he has it, so it's kind of his journey to find out who sent him, who he got the ghost from, and how he can get rid of the ghost.
So he's trying to give up the ghost.
He wants to give up the ghost. It's really, really good. Joe Hill, he's a great author in general. They just did, I think on Netflix, they just did his book Nosferatu. I think they just did a series. But it's a really great book. It's scary. And it's really well written, and he's very great. He's like his dad with character development, very strong character development. So I would really recommend, if you like horror, I would definitely recommend this book because it's really, really good.
Okay, so now we're down on the first floor where the movies live. And what else do we got? We got one more thing, right?
So my third thing is a movie, and it's probably one I wanted to kind of bring, well, again, horror. I wanted to bring something that maybe people hadn't heard of. So my movie is called Housebound.
Oh, I really thought that said Horsebound.
It's Housebound, and it's a new horror movie from New Zealand, and it's about a girl named Kylie, and she kind of gets into trouble, petty theft and everything like that. So she gets arrested. She gets taken she's remanded to her mother's custody. She doesn't talk to her mother in a really long time, so it's this big house out in the middle of nowhere. So they slap an ankle bracelet on her.
It kind of sounds like the plot to like the new season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, I hope not. So what they do is she goes there, and her mother starts kind of talking to her, and then her mother ends up telling her that she thinks there's a ghost in the house. And it's kind of the story of her figuring out, is there really a ghost in the house, or if it's not a ghost, what is it? So
looks like a ghost.
It's very funny. You know, there are funny parts. Yeah. There are parts that are very tense, but there are parts that are very, very funny. It's not in the system, but I really think that if anybody's interested in horror, especially funny horror, I would definitely hunt down Housebound because it's a really, really good movie.
Just track down Michele, ask her if she'll let you borrow it.
Yeah, sure.
All right, well, that was very interesting.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to check that out. I promise I won't stream it.
Okay.
And, this has been great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't think we usually shake hands during the end of this, but I thought I'd try something new.
Just keep doing it.
All right, I'll see you later. Bye. So today, what are we working with? We got White Castle vegan sliders, because White Castle is the first thing you think of when you say, I want to feel healthier. maybe not like be cruel to animals. With these, the only animal you're being cruel to is yourself, right? Look at that. That's beautiful. There we go. Yeah, it's a thing of beauty. All right. Okay, so here we have our burgers on a very nice plate. I'm going to show you the secrets of how to eat a burger. You got to stack this. All right, let's see how it tastes. It's a little dry, and I feel very greasy now, inside and out. Wasn't that bad. I might go for like a sauce next time, but other than that, I give it a 10 out of 10. Okay, so I'm going to go process that sort of emotionally. Okay, and now it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Not just this episode, but just kind of like the last 10 years that Marvel's been doing their thing. It's finally Endgame, it's finally here, and I have no idea what's going to happen. But I'm excited. Iron Man's going to be there. I think that Ant-Man is going to become Cockroach Man. And I think that Peter Parker will come back. But I think it'll be Andrew Garfield again. I think they're going to bring him back as Andrew Garfield. Or maybe Tobey Maguire, which would be weird. But the only way to find out is to watch it. So I'm going to go do that right now with my skeletal friend. I mean, I wasn't crying, but hi. Welcome back to Mike's Movie Minute. So I just got done watching Avengers Endgame, and that was really sad. It was very good, though. A lot of action. A lot of people did die, though, and get very old, which I did not see coming. That was intense emotionally. I have to, lie down, I think, and just kind of think about things and kind of just take stock of everything that happened. If you like any Marvel movie, I say go out and see it or put it on hold. That was an exhausting episode. Not just physically, but emotionally. It took a toll on me in a lot of ways, and I don't know if I'll ever be the same. But I'm going to work that out with my therapist, and I'm going to be back next month. So thank you for watching. Please like it and subscribe it and send it to your aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents and all that stuff. Just get the word out there, because I need everyone to know about me. It's very important. Bye.